Hello everybody and welcome back to the shop, to Hammer Time Forge. I hope you guys are cozy and warm. Maybe you guys got something cozy and warm to drink like tea or coffee. We're back with another blacksmith video. Now this one is making cheese knives and a cheese chisel from one piece of steel. So we're showing the drawing there of what we're doing, and so it's all going to be made from one piece. This is probably 5 inches long by 5/8 square. Now this is just mild steel, this is just for demonstration to show what's going on, but I've used this exact same technique to make 5 pairs of charcuterie boards with the knives. So we're going to start by tapering. This is just a steep taper on one side of the anvil, and we're going to thin it out a little bit more. I want it to be relatively pointy when we get there. And now I'm just knocking off the corners so they're not as sharp. And we're going to repeat the same process on the other side. This goes a little bit quicker because I'm not having to take my time to make it go a little bit slower for the actual filming. Squaring everything up, knocking those edges off, same as the other one. There we go. Showing you what it looks like. And not cleaning off my anvil apparently. Now we're going to shoulder it in. Now we're going to do this just like we did leaves. This is a awesome technique to show you why leaves are such an important thing to create and practice with, because this is the same process for making leaves essentially, but it's a reverse taper. This is going to thin out a portion of the stalk towards the outside, leaving the outside a little bit thicker, which transitions into the other taper. And we're going to repeat the same process. Now I'm going to take a little more time to make sure it's even and accurate. And before that, I probably put in scribe lines, which I oftentimes do, or you can use soapstone to put your lines in. And we're going to thin that out, same as the other one, exactly the same process, no different. So as you can see, it looks essentially exactly the same. But we are going to pick one of them. Doesn't matter which one, but you're going to pick one and you're going to center it. So right now it's essentially offset, so you can see I gesture with my finger which way we're going to push the one, and we're going to center that roughly. Doesn't have to be perfect because we still haven't thinned out the rest of the other stock. It's still essentially square stock or round stock, doesn't matter what you're using. And now we come in with brute force and we start to thin the center area. And we're going to thin it out. Now you can use your cross peen, you can use the horn of the anvil and your cross peen to thin this out. Doesn't really matter. This is mild steel, so it squishes relatively easily, so I don't have to worry too much about it. And we just refine some stuff along the way. We true some stuff up. Now this was originally designed and is still designed for a future course that I might do for making cheese knives and finishing a charcuterie board all in one. And so this is supposed to be user friendly for beginners. It's all made from one piece, so it's easy to go through the steps, but it's also good for advanced people. And the reason why it's good for advanced people is it's a concept for a process for mass production. So you can make these really fast and even have them as blanks off the side. Now this is cutting it. Now this is way better if you have a tool that sets in both the bevel that I'm doing there to create the tip of the knife versus the chisel. Or you can use your hot cut tool. I used a hand chisel, just because it's something that everybody has. I'm going to go back just a little bit more so we can talk on what we see there. So this is basically it. This is the 2 knives. Now I would prefer chiseling a little bit deeper. I was a little pressed for time, so I didn't end up doing it that deeply. But you can see how the chisel's formed and it's centered, and the knife is nicely offset, and essentially you have 2 knives from one piece. After this point, you would just break off the 2 pieces, chisel down where the fork tip would be, and then sand it, finish it any way you want, heat treat them, and then put your final edge on both, and that's it. You've made essentially 2 knives, and this was filmed in about 4 minutes or so, edited down, but in total, it should take roughly 25 to 30 minutes to make both knives consistently. And then you can have these set aside as pairs. You can do 2 knives, you can do 2 chisels, you can do whatever you want with this, but this is a quick process, a short video, kind of fun to make. And this is supposed to be somewhat of an educational piece. If I end up doing a course in the future and I want to do charcuterie boards with the knives included as a course, then you can watch this video preemptively and kind of see somewhat of the process of what we're doing and how to go about it before you come into it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, like, comment, subscribe. Go down in the comment section. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like. It always helps the channel as much as possible. And yeah, making 2 knives. As always, you guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. Love you guys so much. And as always, stay cozy.